Hi everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003. Welcome to Walk-in Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for the upcoming week of November 14th through November 20th, 2021. And I don't know about you, but I can scarcely believe that we are already halfway through November of this year. If you're interested, you can find out more information about walk-ins and read more about my remarkable journey in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-in, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Now, those subscribers who have come back again, I welcome you, and it's wonderful to be in your energies. And for those who are new to the channel, let me introduce myself. I am a Reiki Master Teacher, and I've attuned hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and Master Teachers around the world in the last almost 20 years. Either in my beautiful office here in Santa Monica, California, or online. I'm an intuitive counselor, a spiritual teacher, a psychic clairvoyant, tarot card reader. I do past life clearings and ancestral healings. One of my newest services is my twin flame energetic reconnection sessions. You can find out more about my services and award-winning books by visiting my Angel Healing House website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can call 831-277-3716, and do remember that's Pacific Standard Time. You know, everyone, with the holidays fast approaching, I'd like to share a 5-star review for my heartwarming book, Angels of Faith. And there we have the beautiful Angels of Faith. In a review, this person wrote, Angels of Faith by Claire Candy Hoff is a rare book that touched me deeply. And each time I read it, it invokes a sense of remembrance and a longing for my true home. The beauty of this book is its ability to speak to the reader, whatever their age. There are so many important and comforting messages woven throughout this enlightening story that can help us to answer many questions when a loved one crosses over. I love this book for its simplicity and its profound depth. It is a true gift to humanity, and that comes from Carol in Australia. To purchase this touching book for children of all ages, please do visit either Amazon.com, or if you'd like to purchase an autographed copy for yourself or as a gift with the holidays coming up, please call Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716 Pacific Standard Time, or visit angelhealinghouse.com. Now, before we receive any messages from any oracle cards or tarot cards, let us look into the celestial heavens at the astrological energies that will be affecting all of us as we go into this upcoming week. A few days ago, we experienced the 1111 portal, which unlocked a highly charged, powerful new earth gateway, and its energies will build throughout the ensuing month to the important dates of 12/12, December 12th, and through till 12/21. It is from this place of elevated consciousness, along with the heightened energies of today's portal, that will see many of us manifesting and fulfilling their dharma, their soul's highest purpose and their highest calling in this lifetime. Because we've raised our vibrational frequency to such elevated levels, we are now able to connect and commune with those in the non-physical, members of the Galactic Federation of Light, like ascended masters, archangels, and angels, who are all working for the evolution of humanity. Having raised our frequency of light to the highest it has ever been before, we are connecting to our divine, eternal natures, our soul's original blueprint. We're stepping into our divine mastery. We're moving beyond any illusions, beyond any distortions of not being powerful, sovereign, multidimensional beings of light. This November 11/11/11 gateway has opened us to an entry into a new cycle of eclipse season, as we will be experiencing a partial full moon lunar eclipse on November 19th. And that will be followed by a total solar eclipse in early December. Now, it's important to know that lunar eclipses bring in turning points in our lives that often bring in destined and often bring in fated events to help guide, and sometimes they truly push us forward into the next evolution for our soul's journey. And solar eclipses, well, they bring in new beginnings. They're entry points for new opportunities to be presented to us. It's going to be a very exciting month coming up for many. And this new eclipse cycle, whatever manifests for us, will be a glimpse, maybe a glimmer, a part of a much grander story that will continue to unfold for us in 2022. Remember that with many of us having healed so much, cleared so much, stepped into our roles as new thought leaders as new spiritual thought leaders on the planet, we are going to be presented with the dharmic, our soul's highest calling in this lifetime, to step into those roles and create those new structures and systems of light, to replace those that were built on deception and corruption and greed. And we are the ones that we're going to be contributing and creating to those new structures and systems of light on the planet. And it is such an exciting time. All in all, it does look like a very exciting month of change coming up. Everyone, I receive many emails and questions through my Angel Healing House healing practice, and the two most asked for and prayed for things right at this very moment are A, people are saying that they want to have a walk-in experience like mine so that they don't have to deal with all that is happening on the planet, and B, they want to meet their twin flame, their divine complement. Now, the posse of angels and I emphatically ask all those living on the earth plane in physical form to please stop asking to have a walk-in experience. During times of challenge and hardships, especially what we've experienced over the last 2 years of tyrannical, unconstitutional restrictions and the violations of people's health rights, there are many who would like to wave a magic wand and just say, I want out of this physical incarnation, and they wish to ask for a walk-in experience so that they won't have to contend with challenges or struggles that they are experiencing. Now, we across the veil, angels and spirit guides, we know how invaluable it is for a soul's growth to learn their lessons, and many times our lessons are experienced in deep contrast and hardship, so that the human souls really take note of and learn their lessons. But we also know that when a soul is traumatized and deeply suffering and abused, like the former soul of Claire Candy, who was in this body, who they just can't keep their life force energy going anymore, what will happen is their higher self will step in to offer them assistance for a walk-in to occur. And this is where the physical soul walks out, goes home to God with honors, and the highly advanced spiritual soul walks in to take over the former soul's responsibilities, clean up their lives, to then be able to get on with their mission of being of higher service to humanity. Now, with this soul exchange, always being asked for by a higher self, by our higher selves, it actually negates it being asked for on a conscious level. I often say that if someone has reached a level of higher consciousness to even comprehend or understand the concept of what a walk-in truly is, then they are more than equipped with all the spiritual tools they need to live out their contract for their physical human life. Now, for all those who say that they would like to have a walk-in experience once this is mutually decided and agreed upon between the human soul and the highly advanced spiritual soul across the veil, please note that your personality, your characteristics, your attitudes, and all that you manifested and all that you know yourself to be will actually cease to exist in that physical body, because simply put, you would not be on the earth plane anymore, as you would be across the veil in spirit. Now, perhaps one is asking to have this extraordinary experience because they see it as something which is exciting and somehow glamorous, a glamorous adventure. But for the most part, people do not see the harrowing start of a walk-in's journey when we come in from a higher dimension where there is only love and harmony, and we come into a planet where there is division and separation and hatred, and where love so often does not exist. And remember, I walked in almost 20 years ago when the world was definitely just third dimensional. Now, a walk-in, whether they are an angel like myself, many walk-ins are star seeds from different planetary systems or galaxies, and there are many walk-ins who are advanced spiritual guides. We all walk in from a higher dimensional realm. I, Angel Ariel, come from the 12th dimension angel realm or angelic realm, and that is my home. When I am out of this body, I am over 7 foot tall. I am a tall shard of light, and to be squished into an available, and I'm very happy it was available, but to be squished into an available 5'3" physical body is no easy feat. And this is something with which I struggle every single day. A walk-in experience is certainly not for the faint-hearted, as it causes such overwhelming shock and trauma to the emotional and physical body. Remember, when one walks in, one does not know what's happened to them, as we don't come in with a handbook tied around our toes. It's emotionally disturbing and distressing to no longer, because you're another person, you're another personality, to no longer resonate with one's family, even one's close friends, one's surrounding, one's work, one's job, the foods you eat, the former soul's tastes. And basically, one feels like they are living in the wrong life. And again, my walk-in experience was 2003, when the internet was in its infancy and just starting out, and information was rarely available on walk-ins. Remember then asking for a walk-in experience in order to escape, rather than asking for a walk-in experience in order to escape what's going on the planet. The posse of angels and I wish you to remember that you were especially chosen to be here at this time as you went through an audition process, and it's because of your abilities, your talents, and your skills to help create those systems and those new structures of light to replace the old structures which were built on the dark's corruption, greed, and deceit. And your energy and your efforts are invaluable. They are so important to the creation of a new planet of light. And it simply would not be the same without your original energies. So that should put to rest why someone should stop asking for a walk-in experience. Now, the second question that we get incessantly, and we want to look at now, is about twin flames, or as I call them, our divine complement. Twin flame reunions on the earth plane, like the union between my beloved husband Pete and myself, and probably the most well-known twin flame union of all, which was Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, have been very important to the planet because we are the examples of the perfect balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, with each of the twins having worked out their own divine masculine and feminine balance inside of themselves. And they've also resolved all of their karma outside of the relationship. So there's no triggers and there's no reactions, really. So when they come together, there are never any challenges between the twins. They have their fair share of challenges outside of themselves to deal with, but they deal with it as two independent, loving, very strong pillars. And they don't give their power away in any way, shape, or form by being triggered or reactive. And that's why there are never any challenges between the twins. Now, let me see. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of misinformation on these unions, and they've been overly romanticized to the extent of negating their importance on the planet. Now, the reason why people should stop asking for their twin flame is that in the majority of cases, one's twin flame or their divine complement is simply not here in the same physical incarnation with them, as these high vibrational unions have been exceedingly rare on this low frequency planet and therefore not energetically supported to come together. By being across the veil, our twin flame can help us more if they are in spirit and they do not have to work through their karma. Now, the other reason why a twin may remain across the veil is that the physical earth soul is simply not prepared to make the sacrifices that are part of a twin flame union here on earth. A twin flame union is always, if you can imagine, it's always a triad with the divine masculine on one side, the divine feminine on the other side, and the creator God source is always at the top and is always at the helm steering their journey. Now, in this way, the twins become mystic wanderers. They give up their free will in order to fulfill God's mission for them, which takes the gifts and talents of one twin and marries it with the gifts and talents of the other twin, and they bring this together to bring forth projects and endeavors which contain messages of light for the greater good of the planet. So let me see. And often, being mystic wanderers, what we have to do is we have to leave behind familiar surroundings, move to a different city, move to a different state, move to a different country, a whole different continent. You leave behind family, friends, emotional support systems, financial means of support, and familiar surroundings. My husband Pete and I were asked by God in 2006 to sell our cherished beach home on the idyllic Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, to give up our financial means of support, give up your jobs, move to America where you know nobody, where you do not have jobs, you have no support system other than God Source Creator. And we were so excited to do God Creator's bidding. And we said yes, as we always say yes, when God tells us to move on or bring forth certain projects. And that's what twin flames do. Also, by continually asking for and focusing on not having your twin flame, it affirms to the universe that you're not connected to them, instead of focusing on already having them. Now, it doesn't matter if they are on the physical plane or in the etheric, and the posse of angels are reminding me to tell you is most of the time these twin flames are across, the twin flame union of yours is across the veil. Our twin flame is aching and waiting to be part of our life, to actually guide us to an amazing, loving soulmate relationship right here on planet Earth. To help us in creating our projects, they can encourage and support us to make healthier decisions for ourselves, and also, most of all, to really help us to fully love ourselves. Now, because of this focus of not being with one's twin flame and being profoundly saddened because of it, I created and offer my clients twin flame energetic reconnection sessions to meet their twin in the etheric realm and open up these lines of communication. Now, just recently, a client of mine shared with me that for ages she had seen the numbers 369, 369 over and over again. And when the posse of angels and I helped her during one of these twin flame energetic reconnection sessions, we walked the timeline back in time to see where she had been united on the earth plane with her twin flame. And when we came to the early 1900s, the posse of angels stopped there, and she was shown that she had been romantically aligned with none other than Nikola Tesla. When they met again and they were reunited in the etheric realm, I gotta tell you, it was electric, and she couldn't stop crying because of the feeling of overwhelming love. Now, the meaning of 369, this is a Tesla quote. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, of the 6, and of the 9, then you would have the key to the universe. This client later wrote to me, when you took my higher self to be reunited with my twin flame across the veil, it was electric, joyful, and I felt that I had finally come home. It is so freeing because I now know I don't need to think about the uncertainty of ever meeting my twin flame, as I can concentrate on having them already in my life. And with their etheric help, we can work on myself. We can work together as a team to create all those wonderful things to help serve the world and to fulfill what my soul came back here to do. Thank you so much once again for giving me such a gift. And that comes from Beata in Canada. Everyone, this is such a joyous time on planet Earth. This is what we've been waiting for 26,000 years, with all of its upheavals, as we witness the dismantling of outdated structures and systems, again that were built on corruption and lies, so that we can be the ones to build those structures of equality, justice, truth, and freedom. The more we put our focus on the blessings of being chosen to be here at this transformative, historical time, and not wishing to have a walkout or a walk-in experience, and to really know that whether our twin flame is here on the earth plane with us or not, we can still experience absolutely beautiful love. Then we will raise our vibrational frequency to such an elevated level that we will create and experience a new planet, a heaven on earth for ourselves and for others as well. So let's go to the oracle cards and see what comes out. Okay, I went to my animal oracle cards, the spirit animal oracle, and the card that came out for us was this one. And I really had to giggle when this gun came out. It is Beaver Spirit. It's a number 6, and it's a card of laying a solid foundation. Now, with all that we've been speaking about with those who want to get out of Dodge, they want to get off the planet so they don't have to go through all the upheavals that we're seeing, and the breaking down of separation and division. They just want out of here, or they don't want to be here because they're not physically with their twin flame. This means that they're not grounded. This simply means that the foundation underneath them is rocky, and all the affirmations that they're doing, all the praying, all the pleading, all the spiritual work that they're doing, if they're not grounded, you might as well not do it. Because in order to bring to ourselves and to be able to manifest, we have to be grounded. So now is the time to lay a very solid foundation. And the 6 is a greater time of harmony and balance, and a more secure foundation after going through the rocky times of the number 5, which they are telling me, which is everything which has been encompassed in the last 2 years, what we've been through. But it's now time to lay a stronger foundation. This is the power to establish the sacred connection between you and spirit. Be determined and to sustain your efforts to create a very strong foundation in your life. Be very grounded, and this way your dreams will manifest. If we put in the effort, and then Spirit can create those synchronistic magical offers and connections and opportunities coming in. And remember that we are going into the lunar eclipse seasons, those lunar and solar eclipse seasons, which bring about dharmic and destined and fated events. Then, unless you are grounded, those dharmic events are just simply going to pass you by. So do spend a great deal of time. Yes, keep your intentions and your energies consistent and deliberate, but you want to make sure that you have this very solid foundation underneath you in which to say, yes, I am here at this time. Yes, I am an integral puzzle piece of this planet. I was chosen to be here, and to then create with joy and passion all of those things that you are passionate about. The penny just dropped why the beaver came out, because, thank you, Posse of Angels, for reminding me. The full moon that's coming up on the 19th, guess what it's called? It's called a beaver moon. And I'll be speaking more about that beaver moon in my Angel Healing House blog talk radio. And we will be going into our 11th year in 2022. I established it in January of 2012. These weekly programs bring forth and help people with clarity and direction. There's also free mini angel readings, but this coming Thursday, it's on every Thursday, every week at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'll be speaking more about this wonderful new beaver moon that's coming out. So just getting tingles all over. Thank you, Posse of Angels, for reminding me that beaver came out, because beaver moon is coming up. Now, the next card is from the Oracle of Seven Energies book by, again, the lovely Colette Baron-Reid. This one is a number 9. Number 9s are 9s of completion, but more so the number is the rose's kiss. And this is saying, take time out to really be in your human form, to go out in nature, to taste it, to touch it, to smell it, the sight of it, the sound of it. On my walk, I pass several honeysuckle bushes, and it reminds me of the former soul's childhood, because I have her memory imprint, where she used to go out and collect honeysuckles and bite off the ends of it and sip out and the beautiful honeysuckle nectar inside. Connect with nature, And this is another indication of grounding ourselves. In the old days, in the olden times, maybe, sort of, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, in spirituality, we thought that we ascended by leaving the physical form. But in these times of higher consciousness, we know that we ascend in this physical body. And also this physical body is going from carbon-based to crystalline light essence. And so the more we ground ourselves, the more that we will elevate our frequencies. Now, the reason for this is because Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, is transforming into a planet of light. And as inhabitants on this planet, we ground ourselves into those energies of Mother Earth's light. And that's the way we ascend and we elevate our consciousness. You may be spiritual and an intellectual being, but right now the emphasis is on really being here, being now, and connecting with nature and grounding ourselves. So my walks take me about 3 or 4 times the usual amount of duration if I would just walk, but I stop and I smell the roses. I talk to the butterflies. I connect with the bees. I love to stop and look at a ladybug. I mean, this is the glory of being here in physical form and seeing these things in our physical reality. The next card that came out, it seems like it's a Colette Baron Reed Festa, is the Wisdom of the Oracles. And it was a number 1 card. Many of us are reinventing ourselves. Actually, on my radio program, Angel Healing House Blog Talk radio program, this coming Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be talking about how we are reinventing ourselves, and for us to be creative and innovative, because we're not the same people we were before the 11, before the 1010, and we have changed so much. And this one is also reiterating creating a strong foundation, just as our beaver friend has told us to do. It's a time when you focused needs on the foundation you need to build. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your new values, ethics, morals, your core beliefs, and haven't we changed so much during the last 2 years? Think of yourself. Think about these things. Are your beliefs still true for the person that you are now? Do they provide solid ground for you to construct your life? Remember, you and you alone now determine your destiny, and there's nothing outside of yourself that can determine that. So that's a really important card to have there. I went then to postcards from Spirit, which are beautiful. And this one says, oh, isn't that beautiful? A postcard for life. And this reads, Dearest, you. Since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built. Yes? You have to have a good solid foundation. You can't make this stuff up. I choose these, and I shuffle the cards, and they come out, and this one is yet speaking about another strong foundation. So it says a good solid foundation and yet flexibility too in case of earthquakes. And don't we know about that here in Southern California? Truth be told, you can't offer something sustainable unless it is built from a solid base, whether it be an idea that takes form one step at a time or an actual house that needs a sturdy foundation, dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this because you might need a little encouragement to see this is true in your life at this time. Celebrate the fact that right now you can repair the cracks in the foundation of your life effortlessly, as well as do a general site check to ensure your hard working is being well supported. And that's why that last card was building blocks, to see if our beliefs that we held before really do create a strong foundation for us and really ground us in these new energies. Let me see. Do this, which means take a general overview of whether you have a strong foundation in your relationships. So much is going to change from this 11/11 onward. Many of our relationships are going to change. Many of the locations where we live, because the new energies are encouraging us to move on to those new places that support our energies. Once we do this and we know that you are building your life on a perfect and sound foundation that will allow you to welcome the many miracles waiting to come to visit you. So we really want to make sure that we're grounded, so when those dharmic soul offers to help our soul to step onto that next path. And like I said, many of us are going to be helping to build those new structures and those new systems, that you'll be grounded enough for those offers to find you. And they have a final note on the bottom that says, "We're so happy for you and so intrigued by what you are building." So isn't that a beautiful card? Thank you so much for that. Let's go to the tarot cards and see what comes out. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and these are my cards. These are my tarot cards. These are the Angel Healing House tarot cards. And no, they're not available for purchase yet, but fingers crossed, in 2022 they will be available to the public, for the public to buy. And yes, that's me, Angel Ariel on the back. There you go. So while I'm shuffling the cards, they're saying that it is an extraordinary time for each and every one of us to innovate, to reinvent ourselves. And as I said, I'll be speaking more about that in my Angel Healing House radio, blog talk radio show this coming Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Because we are creating with very different energies. We're not the same people we were before. And so it's exciting to reinvent yourself. It's exciting to come up with new, passionate, creative ways that you can present your authenticity, your skills, your abilities, and talents to the world. Now, I've heard from many clients who say, "But I'm not talented." Each one of us, because we were made in that reflection of Creator, God's source, we're a reflection of that divinity. It was seeded in our soul to bring forth something. It's like, what are you going to bring to the festival? What are you going to bring to this great party of transformative ascension and the planet going from very, very dark chains and breaking those chains and becoming a planet of light? What are you going to bring to this party? And we get to reinvent ourselves now, and it's so exciting. We've done the work. You've done the clearing. You've done the healing. And if you are still triggered, if you're still reactive, and you feel that you need more work on those clearings, please do call me at Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716 Pacific Standard Time, or go to angelhealinghouse.com, because sometimes those feelings of being triggered and reactive and not being able to create, it could be because there's sabotaging blocks from either an ancestral pattern that you're still ancestral pattern or generational line that you're still carrying, or because you have to resolve something from a past life. So let's cut the cards and see what comes out. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Okay. First card that's coming out. What did I say? It's a destined. This is the Wheel of Fortune turning in our favor. It's a 10, which is a 1 card, which is about new beginnings, stepping onto that new destined, karmic, fated path of ours so that we can bring forth our abilities and our talents and our skills, our gifts, to be a contributor to this new planet of light. So exciting. Look at that. And look at that mouse. That mouse, he's very lucky. He's very lucky because he found a popcorn box full with lots of popcorn. I'm with that mouse. One of my favorite things to nibble on is popcorn. So get ready, ground yourself in this beautiful planet of light. Put your focus on the light having already won. Put your focus on you were picked to be here at this time of this great party, and start to prepare yourself and think about your wonderful gifts and how you're going to contribute in a very destined, fated way. The next card that's coming out for us is the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is the card of a message coming in, and the birds are already twittering. The birds are twittering. People are already talking about filling a position, some kind of offer, some kind of opportunity, some kind of fated, magical way that is going to bring in a communication to you, which is either phone, email, texts, social media. In some cases, it could be snail mail that offers you that information to step on that dharmic path of yours. It's coming in. And ready for it or not. Now it's your free will whether you choose to step on this path or not. But I, for one, am so excited about stepping onto this new path. The next card that's coming out for us is the Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning in your career, in your job. It may be a business opportunity that somebody offers you. See all those new blossoming flowers, and you're starting on your new dharmic path. There is the dharmic path leading to the castle. And there's the butterfly, and the butterfly is assuring us that it is a time to come out of the chrysalis and to show our beautiful, beautiful wings, whether they be fairy or butterfly or, I don't know, angel or whatever. It's for us to fly in our beautiful colors and to show them unapologetically to the world. Next card that is coming out for us is the very grounded card of the Empress. Two counterparts in the tarot are the High Priestess, which is the etheric part of us. It's our intuitive abilities. It's our telepathic nature, our clairvoyancy, all of those things. And the Empress, that's in the etheric, but the Empress is the very groundedness of us. And this is the card of birthing ourselves or rebirthing ourselves and reinventing ourselves. The raven is there as the card of magic. And things that are destined and fated and miraculously come into our lives are often come in the most, magical ways. But there she is, and she's birthing, and she's grounded in this very physical world. The pomegranates are a symbol of the divine feminine, and the cornucopia is that we will always be provided for, because abundance is our nature, and the beautiful animals around her, and the harvest of the golden wheat is the abundance now that's going to be available to us. The number 3 is that number of, taking the one handed to us, which is divinely given to us, coming together in collaboration with the 2 on the earth plane, and bang, the magic of the number 3 coming to ourselves. And the last card is, many of us are going to finally feel like we have a balance in our lives. The Temperance card is, yes, it's about patience, but the rainbow assures us about wishes coming in and things finally flowing for us. There is no hardship. There are no struggles in the higher dimensions. Things only are presented to us with ease and grace, and we know that they're always presented with our highest interests in divine timing. So we had 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards out of those 5, which shows that it's a very, very important reading. The card of the messages coming in for us, and also the 1 card, the Ace, which is the new beginning for so many of us. Let's end this time together with my favorite deck, Making Magic, and let's see what comes out. Okay, let's go Posse of Angels. Make sure they're all in the right order. Many people ask me about the Posse of Angels. The Posse of Angels is my angelic family. That's where I come from in the 12th dimension. We are 537 in the Posse of Angels. We have been since I walked in on January 11th of 2003. They don't tell me whether I am number 1 or number 537. They said the order doesn't matter. But what matters most is that it always has to be that number. If somebody leaves, if an angel leaves the group, another angel must come in and make up the 537. And the reason for that is that number 5 is, as the energy behind that number 5 is the number of change, and getting people to perhaps see things from a different perspective, an angel's perspective, and seeing that it's possible for people to have a soul exchange, just like it's possible to connect with our extraterrestrial, interstellar, interdimensional brothers and sisters from different planets and different star nations and different galaxies. So, and it's also challenging people what they believe. Now the next number is the 3. Forevermore, 2 or more are gathered in that Creator's name, miracles happen. 3 is often the number of magic and synchronicities. And the third one is 7, which is the card of doing the work of the divine. When you put all of those together, you have the energies of the Posse of Angels. Okay, all cards are facing the right way. Come on, Posse of Angels, make them jump. Just 3 more little messages that we can end. Okay, there's number 1. Oh, the 2 came out together. This one is the silver energy, the star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. And the next one that comes out is the earth. Isn't that interesting? I just was speaking about earth energy and grounding. So this is the earth energy. Ask the element of earth for grounding. You can't make this stuff up. Grounding, stability, and strength. Wow. So we are working as above, so below. The stars, we are from the stars and the higher dimensions, and then ground ourselves in Mother Earth and make it jump. Make it jump. What is up? There it goes. The next one is coming out is, oh my gosh, Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and your guides. So we have Earth, we have Spirit, and the stars. Once you have all those covered, there are no worries. You are covered on all your bases. I hope all that's been very helpful for you. I am so looking forward to next week when we'll be talking about reinventing ourselves and creating from a very different base of very different energies ever since that 1111 portal opened for us. And I want everyone to go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. If you're interested in any of my #1 Amazon award-winning bestsellers, which is One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, and the beautiful Angels of Faith based on my 2 near-death experiences, and all of my services, please do go to angelhealinghouse.com. And I'm wishing you love and angel blessings. as always, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.